And this coming weekend, our National Baseball League side, the Hearts Falcons, aim to become champions in a weekend of baseball at Farnham Park in Slough.
Yes, and looking ahead to this weekend, we're joined by player-manager Lee Manning and two-time National Baseball League's most valuable player, MVP, Ryan Bird. Good evening, chaps.
Evening.
Evening.
Lee, let's just start with you. How have preparations been for this big weekend then?
Yeah, really good. We've all been training hard, and the guys have been really working hard and putting a lot of effort in. And we feel like we're 100% ready for the big games.
Oh, you finished top of the table. That must give you huge confidence.
Yeah, definitely. We finished top. We conceded the least amount of runs in the league. We scored the most. We threw the most complete game shutouts as well. So yeah, we're definitely going in confident.
And you're up against Harlow?
Harlow Nationals, yeah.
What are they like?
Last year they were very good. This year they've had their troubles, so we're hoping we can definitely catch them on the bounce this weekend and do a bit of revenge for beating us in the final last year.
And just explain the format. So it starts with obviously the semi-final, and you'll play Harlow. The other two teams, London Mets, Southampton Mustangs. That's all happening on the Saturday, isn't it?
Yes, that's all happening on Saturday. I believe the Southampton Mets game is starting at 11 o'clock, and our game is due to start at 2:30.
Oh, so you know if you get to the final, by that point, if you beat Harlow, you'll know who you're going to play?
Exactly, yeah.
Do you have a preference? I mean, I know you've got to get past Harlow first, but if you do get to the final, do you have a preference between the Mets or the Mustangs?
Yeah, we do. As a team, I think we do, yeah. I'm not going to say the name.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, that's fair enough.
We've got someone we're eyeing up.
Excellent.
So when's the final? Is that later on the Saturday or the Sunday?
That's on the Sunday, and I believe that's at 3 o'clock on the Sunday.
So would you stay over, or would you come back and then go back down the following day?
Well, some of us live quite close to Farnham Park, so we'll probably sort of commute back home, and a few of the guys obviously live quite far away, and they'll be driving in, staying overnight. Some of the guys are even flying over from America to come back and play.
Oh, that's incredible! Wow. Yeah. Well, it's a big deal. It's a big deal, and I mean playing at Farnham Park as well, which we'll talk about in a little while. Ryan, how much are you looking forward to this weekend?
I'm very, very, very much looking forward to it. The whole season comes down to the pinnacle of the NBL Championships. I mean, we won the pennant itself in the league format, but everyone's got their eye on the NBL Championship, which basically boils down to these two games.
You were born in South Africa, Ryan. You played for the national side, is that right?
I've never actually formally played an international competition game. Been involved with baseball since I was approximately 6 and been part of various national squads, but never been able to play for the country for various reasons.
But maybe you might be eligible to play for GB. Is that right?
Yeah, at some point. Not too far away from getting a citizenship ticket. So perhaps one day, if Sam Dempster gives me the call, it'll be an opportunity for me.
Just explain what Farnham Park, the venue, is like. It's the Wembley of baseball, isn't it? Basically.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's an international standard diamond. So a lot of the ones that we play on out here, the club facilities, despite being fantastic, are not quite up to scratch in terms of what Farnham Park offers. It's got proper dugouts, so below ground. It has a catch fence that is a long way back compared to most of the other clubs. Which means if runners are stealing and you're not quick, they're going to get 2 bases. And also on the other side, which makes things a little tougher, is the home run fences are significantly further than most of the clubs. So it almost takes the home run game out of contention.
Ryan, you won Most Valuable Player, didn't you? In fact, twice, did you?
Yes, I've been fortunate enough to win that award twice.
You sound like a key player. Are you a pitcher?
I'm used by Lee as a closer in most situations. I've recently been feeling quite good with my arm and finished the season off with two really good outings. I generally catch as well for the team. So a bit of a mixed bag.
And when you say closer, for the uninitiated, I'm guessing that's when you need somebody to come in and keep things tight and do things well. You're the man to go to. You're the go-to man.
Yeah, that's the role I played through most of the season. Correct. In the last innings where the game is tight, the idea is to come in and close the game out without sacrificing any runs.
Good stuff. Lee, how's he doing in that role?
Yeah, he's absolutely fantastic as a closer, as a starter, as a catcher. He's the best hitter in the league by far this season. Ryan's definitely a big player for us, and yeah, we're obviously looking for Ryan to have a big weekend.
The Falcons have never won in 17 years, have they, this championship? And the last time a team from Hertfordshire won was the Watford Sun Rockets in 1969.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, the Sun Chemicals, I think they were called.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was a part of the Sun Chemical factory that was over there. They sponsored it.
So now you got to break that, then, haven't you? That's the incentive.
No, definitely. We've only been playing in the NBL, which is the highest league in British baseball, for the last 5 seasons. We've made the playoffs for 3 times out of 5, and last year we come runners up, and obviously this year we're looking to go one better.
Lee, I was reminded by Aspie, who's all things Hearts Baseball Club. You came and appeared on 3 Counties Radio 5 years ago, promoting the start of the Hearts Little League, which was obviously youth baseball.
Yep.
Obviously you've progressed since then, and so's the club. Are you surprised at how quickly the club itself has developed and how quickly baseball's developing in this country?
I wouldn't say surprised, because a lot of people in Hearts, Aspie being the sort of predominant person to drive everything forward, but a lot of other people behind the scenes have also done a lot of hard work. And I think we kind of set ourselves out about 10 years ago, this is where we want to be. We want to have the second team, the third team, and then slowly build up the junior program. And to be honest, we've just kind of set ourselves realistic targets. We've beaten them, and then we just kept moving our targets forward and forward. And the latest target now is to obviously win the National League Championship, and then hopefully the juniors can do the same as well on the same weekend as us.
Ryan, fans-wise, will there be a few, quite a lot of people going down there to? It's Farnham, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think we anticipate the biggest turnout for the year. Historically, it always obviously brings a number of people in to watch the games. One of the good, sort of the positive sides is that Farnham Park is able to host all of the games at the same time. So with a bit of luck, we'll have people sticking around from the earlier sessions and hopefully have a good turnout.
And Lee, the Hearts Harriers as well, the Under-17 National Championship, that's also on Saturday at the same venue, isn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, they're playing just before us. They start at 10:30 on Saturday, and they're playing against the London Mets, I believe.
I suppose everyone just hangs around, or you go there and you watch those games, and then you play, and then likewise all those other teams do the same thing.
Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, we actually train with the juniors. We've had a couple of sessions recently with the juniors, so it's been good. Obviously they've been wishing us luck, and we've been wishing them boys luck, and we're sort of trying to give them as much tips as we can. And yeah, I'm pretty sure our kids will come out of that place rocking.
Listen, just one more question for both of you, really. The IOC voted on which sport would be added to the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. Wrestling won with 49 votes. Baseball came in second. I think it was a joint baseball and softball bid. Obviously, the baseball and softball community disappointed. I mean, just your reaction to what's happened.
My reaction is, me personally, I think baseball should have received a better backing than what it did. No disrespect to wrestling, wrestling's already in the Olympics. It's not actually being removed from the Olympics.
No.
It just had to reapply for the status again. I feel that they could have put baseball back in the Olympics to kind of give that team sport that isn't made up solely of professionals like football is when they play it, and basketball, with the all-star team that they send over.
I know what I'd rather watch, that's for sure. Ryan, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think to echo Lee's comments and then maybe perhaps add, I mean, it's a little bit disappointing because it generally would mean that there may not be as much investment in baseball going forward. I think in terms of the location, being in Asia next year or in 2020, Tokyo and Japan have a massive baseball following. So I think even for the locals, that is quite a disappointing outcome. But congratulations to wrestling, and all the best for them going forward.
Listen, it's always great to catch up with what you're doing. We're 100% behind you. I'd no doubt there'll be tweets throughout the day, won't they, on your progress on Saturday and hopefully on Sunday.
Yep, definitely. You can follow us on heartsbaseball.com as well. We'll have the Twitter live feed up there as well.
And if you can make it to Farnham Park, I guess the message locally is go and see what you do live.
That's it, yeah. Grab a beer, grab a wrap, and sit down and watch a bit of ball.
Listen, both of you, have a great weekend. Good luck.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Thanks a lot.
Care.
Cheers.
There we go. There's Ryan and Lee, part of Hearts Baseball Club, of course. Lee Manning, the player manager of the Falcons. Ryan Bird, the player, the MVP, a former MVP, and we're right behind them for this weekend.
Yeah, and they get so much more respect because we've been down there and had a go at it, and you'd think, well, all you got to do is swing the bat and whack it.
Forget it. It's so hard.
I hit it a couple of times. It didn't go anywhere. I couldn't. It went about 20 metres, and you want to be smashing it.
Thing is, you weren't watching me, were you? Because
yeah, you hit it 25 metres.
I hit it a little bit further.
You did hit it a bit further, but I just thought, well, I'll just get up there and wallop it, and it'll go miles.
No, it's true.
And I was connecting with it well, and it wasn't going anywhere.
And I think you look at a sport like that, and you think even fielding, catching is a lot easier than it actually is. And when you get in there and there's a ball hurtling towards you and it's hard and you've got to catch it, and if
I was
you don't
better at
catch
that.
it,
I was better at that.
you were better at that. Yeah, I'll give you that.
But you'd rather be better at hitting it, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Smashing it.
Travel news for beds, cards and bugs.
BBC Three Counties Radio.